my book friends, and welcome back to another video. Today is just kind of like a random video, random discussion video. Basically, I just want to discuss Chain of Gold before Chain of Gold even comes out. If you guys don't know what Chain of Gold is, like, what? Chain of Gold is kind of a spin-off series of the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare being one of the queens of YA. She wrote the Infernal Devices, the Mortal Instruments, the Dark Artifices, and just so many more books, so many fabulous books. I have been reading these books since I was in the 7th grade. They are so near and dear to my heart. The characters, the world, like literally everything is so, it's my love, and I love talking about it, and that's kind of what I want to do today. Like, I want to talk about my excitement for Chain of Gold, because when this video is being posted, it's gonna be like a week from Chain of Gold, but like right now, it is January. I just finished Ghost of the Shadow Market. I finished binge reading The Dark Artifices because for like the longest time I was not caught up. I couldn't read Ghost of the Shadow Market, and Ghost of the Shadow Market, like you literally need to read that before you read Chain of Gold, because there's a lot of backstory from some of the characters that are going to be in those books. It's just really important to be caught up on all the books before you read Chain of Gold, and I have been waiting for Chain of Gold since pretty much after I finished Clockwork Princess. We knew we were gonna get like a spin-off series with, you know, the children from the Infernal Devices, and getting that information like blew my mind. So I've been waiting for this book for like 6 years, and now that we're like a couple of months away, like my mind is reeling and I'm just like bursting with excitement, and I have nobody to talk to about it. I try to talk to my family about it and they just don't get it. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about it, because I mean, you guys are my book friends and you guys understand the love I have for books. So, little disclaimer, if you guys haven't read any of these books, like the Infernal Devices, the Mortal Instruments, you know, the Dark Artifices, Tales from Shadowhunter Academy, or Ghost of the Shadow Market, like please do not continue watching this video. Please go read the books, get caught up, and like get ready, because Chain of Gold is coming, and I'm just, obviously I just don't know what to do with myself. Please, these books like are essential. Like if you stopped at a certain book, I beg you, please continue on. These books get better and better each book, okay? Just trust me, okay? So that's all I'm really gonna say. So if you don't want to get spoiled, please do not watch this video.
The book gods are trying to tell you to read the books and don't get spoiled.
But for everyone who is caught up and is bursting with excitement for this book, like please stay. I really want to talk about my theories, my questions, like everything that is going through my mind before Chain of Gold comes out. I have some theories that I've figured out through reading the books, and also like going through Cassandra Clare's blog posts and like Tumblr posts of like other fans of the series. It's just okay, like we have to talk about it. Let's just get into it. Okay, so the first theory I want to talk about, it's kind of like a theory, it's like a question, but then it turned into a theory. First, let's talk about the family tree at the back of Clockwork Princess. For the longest time, I've been thinking like this family tree is in game, so like we can look at this family tree, we can see who ends up with who, like who dies at what date. Most of it was pointing to like characters dying at like later dates than the end of the Chain of Gold trilogy. But then I found this post by Cassandra Clare that she posted like forever ago, and it has me worried and excited, but like really scared, but like also like really excited to see what she's gonna do. I'm like so ready for Cassandra Clare to break my heart, because I know she's gonna do it, and like it's gonna hurt, but it's also gonna be like really great. So first off, somebody asked her a question: is Jessie and Lucy Harndall, are they in game? And Cassandra Clare goes, you can hope for anything. There are no confirmed in games, no matter what the family tree says. And then she put a smiley face. Like, what? Isn't the family tree like supposed to be like accurate? But then I read some posts where it said like some of the family tree, like there's like errors, like there's some dates that are missing, some dates that aren't exactly true. So then I found this post that's also talking about the family tree, and this was like from like a long time ago. This is like when Cassandra Clare was writing the Infernal Devices, and she says, it was really fun for me to come up with a family tree that was massively misleading. Remember, Family trees are found objects. They contain only as much information as whoever drew them had. Secret marriages, arranged marriages, people being secretly dead, people being secretly other people. What? Wait, secretly other people. Wait a minute. Oh no. I'm like thinking of like different things. Like what if on the family tree, like somebody is married to somebody else, like say like, okay, it says Lucy Herndale is married to Jesse Blackthorne on the family tree, but what if it just says Jesse Blackthorne, but it's not actually Jesse Blackthorne who she marries? Like that's what she's saying, that like it could say somebody else, but it's not really that person. So that is blowing my mind. Honestly, when I read this, like I'm like reading it again for like the third time and I'm thinking like, wait a minute. The family tree doesn't reflect any of that. In fact, some of the most important characters don't appear on the family tree at all. One of whom is a certain H.'s Parabati. James Herndale. Wait. Matthew Fairchild is not on the family tree. So basically what I'm saying is you can't go into this book thinking that the stuff from the family tree is in game. Cassandra Clare has misled us purposely. Like I thought like, oh, how did she go into Clocker Princess knowing she was going to give us the family tree, but then also knowing she was going to write Chain of Gold? Like, you know, how is she going to surprise us with all of these couples? Because she's already told us what the couples are, but apparently she really hasn't, because she's purposely made us think something when it's not exactly true, or it could be true, or it could not be true. This author is a genius. Speaking of arranged marriages, I was reading a post from one of these people that I follow on Tumblr, and she was answering a question that one of her followers also asked her about, you know, Cordelia and James being like in game. This person is Valentine Morgenstern on Tumblr, just giving credit to that person. So basically she was saying that she does think that James and Cordelia are going to be in game, but she was talking about how James and Cordelia are probably going to have an arranged marriage, because Cassandra Clare said something about their marriage being really weird. They got married under like weird circumstances. So like not like, oh, they fell in love at the end of the trilogy and, you know, got married. The reason they got married is like really weird. So this person goes in to say that maybe because we know that Cordelia is coming to London because her family is in a scandal. And we know that the Carstairs family like owes the Herndale family. Like that's something that has always been ingrained into the trilogy, but like I don't even think in the Infernal Devices that they said that at all. Like maybe they did, maybe I'm like forgetting because I read those books so long ago, but like I'm pretty sure that was never said in the Infernal Devices. So like why are we hearing that now? Because in the Last Hours trilogy, this is when it all goes down. In Ghost of the Shadow Market, Jim says that the Carstairs family owes the Herndale family a life debt. So what if somebody in the Carstairs family was going to be like executed or something for their crimes, like maybe like Cordelia or somebody in like the Carstairs family, and in order to like save their family and like save, I guess, their family's like reputation, the Herndales are like, you know what, James Herndale, you were going to marry Cordelia in order for like this mess to be fixed. I don't know, I thought that was an awesome theory, and I thought that'd be really a good plot twist at the end of Chain of Gold. Like if something like that happened, if James Herndale ends up having to marry Cordelia, like what if they're like told that at the end of Chain of Gold and then like the book ends and we have to wait another year? Like that would wreck my heart, but then also like put it back together again, because like obviously I already ship James and Cordelia. Like I read snippets on Tumblr. If you guys haven't, like go on Cassandra Clare's Tumblr. She has posted so many more snippets of Chain of Gold, like stuff that is in Chain of Gold that like I have never read before, but like I read them last night because I finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Tumblr because I want to check up on all the Chain of Gold stuff that is going around the Tumblr universe. And I read all these like snippets, and like yeah, James and Cordelia for me are in game. Forget Grace Blackthorne. Hello Cordelia Carstairs. I literally read this snippet that kind of made me a little bit angry, but like really excited. So it's like a snippet where like James and Cordelia are like at a ball and they're dancing, and they're talking about like her nickname because he gave her the nickname Daisy, and she's like, well, I feel like the name Daisy is for someone who's like really pretty and has like bows in their hair. And he goes, well, you are at least, and then like cuts off because he sees Grace Blackthorn across the room, completely like forgets Cordelia, like drops her hand, stops dancing, and just walks across the room to go talk to Grace. That would make any girl mad. If that is still in like the final copy of Chain of Gold, like I'm excited for James Herondale to finally figure out that he is in love with Cordelia and like think about how he literally left her on the dance floor, like ouch. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is Jesse Blackthorn and Lucy Herondale. We all know Jesse Blackthorn apparently like died. He's supposed to be dead at the beginning of Chain of Gold. He's like a ghost now, and I'm pretty sure that Lucy and him like interacted like when he was a ghost, like Lucy interacted with him when she was like younger. Because, you know, Herondale can see ghosts. But then in the, like, although it might not be accurate, in the family tree, it says that Lucy marries Jesse Blackthorn. But how can this happen if Jesse Blackthorn is dead? Well, if you've read the Dark Artifices series, there is a part where we're talking about like the Book of the Dead or the Black Book, I forgot what it's called. The Dark Artifices. The Dark Artifices can bring back people from the dead. And we know that Tatiana Blackthorn, I'm pretty sure I read that in Chain of Gold, she's like trying to like kill people or kill, like, so she's up to no good, essentially. And in the Dark Artifices, it says that the Dark Artifices, like the book is Blackthorn property. When I read that, bells started going off in my head because I was like, Blackthorn property, why would this book that raises people up from the dead be Blackthorn property? Hello? Jesse Blackthorn comes back from the dead. So I'm thinking that Tatiana uses that book and brings Jesse back from the dead. That's gonna happen, like, please, like, if I'm right with that theory, like, I'm pretty sure probably some other people have probably thought about this theory, but like, if that's true, like, dang. Imagine like meeting a ghost when you're like little and then like growing up and then he comes back from the dead and then you're like, oh wow, like, I kind of love you, and then you guys get married and have kids. Such a sweet love story. I love that. Next, I want to talk about Matthew Fairchild. So it's not really a theory, but like I just had this feeling that once we come into Chain of Gold, this is after like stuff in the Ghost of the Shadow market like went down. So if you haven't read that book, like please stop now. I'm about to spoil like a big thing, like a big spoiler. Matthew Fairchild was tricked by a fairy and poisoned the baby inside of his mom's stomach, like accidentally. Like, he did not mean to do that. The baby died. So going into Chain of Gold, like I know that Matthew Fairchild is going to be like this brooding, like sad boy, because he's probably got like so much guilt. He basically killed his unborn sibling. He hasn't told anybody about it. He hasn't told like James, like he hasn't told like anybody about it. I'm pretty sure the only person that knows about it is Jem, brother Zachariah, and you know, Jem is not a snitch. He's not gonna go and tell people unless, no. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll tell anybody. I'm going into Chain of Gold fully knowing that Matthew is going to be like really probably not the same person that he usually is, because if you've read some snippets of in like Shadowhunter Academy and Ghost of the Shadow Market, he's like usually a really cheerful, like upbeat person. He kind of reminds me of Will. So I'm excited to see how that goes down because him and James are parabatai. So James obviously has to know that like something is wrong with Matthew. So I'm excited to see how like that goes down. There's like a lot of things that's gonna go down in Chain of Gold. Like I've read like snippets from like the Bane Chronicles where like James is like really messed up about Grace Blackthorn, but we like don't know why. He's like in love. He thinks he's in love with Grace Blackthorn. I don't think Grace Blackthorn like really reciprocates his feelings. In the family tree, it says Grace Blackthorn ends up with Christopher Lightwood, and Christopher Lightwood is, oh, I already know, he's like one of my favorites. I love him. He's like kind of like a shadow hunter, like evil scientist, but like minus the evil part. Like he's a genius, but he's always like blowing up stuff. There's just so many things that's gonna happen in Chain of Gold and so many things that I'm like so excited to see. I'm so excited to see Will and Tessa and all the other gang as parents. This is definitely one of my most anticipated books of the year, and as it just keeps getting closer and closer, and since I've gotten caught up, I've gotten more and more excited. But anyways, I think those are all like the theories and stuff I really want to talk about before Chain of Gold comes out. I just really needed to get my thoughts and like my excitements and my questions and my theories out. If you guys have any theories or questions or like anything that you guys want to talk about in the comments, like let's talk about it, because it comes out like really soon. And by the way, like this is not real. Like this is actually Ghost of the Shadow Market. I just printed off a picture of Chain of Gold because I feel like like you guys need a visual of what it's gonna look like. Like I wanted a visual, and like I feel like you guys need a visual. Like I literally just printed off a picture and like taped it to it. March 3rd could not come any sooner. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are just as pumped as me for this trilogy. I feel like it's gonna be epic. It might be, I don't know, it might be like my favorite. Who knows? Like I really don't think anything can top the Infernal Devices, because that's my favorite trilogy that Cassandra Clare has ever written. But like who knows what's gonna happen. So that's it for today, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, Shadow Hunters.